You know, when it comes down to it, I'm a simple man, and I really only have two goals in life. Number one, to avoid as much male nudity as possible. And number two, to teach you how to get around the fretboard. So today we're just gonna go over maybe some things that you missed in some of the previous videos to kind of start connecting all this stuff together between chords and scales and arpeggios and stuff. And the example we're gonna use today sounds like this. So we're just kind of moving around a little bit. We're starting with a chord, and you're going to see that these are really the same shapes, just kind of moved around a little bit, right? So the first thing we're doing is hitting an E, an A minor chord, right? And basically, if you know those chords, it's open A, really common one, 2D, 2G, 1B, and an open E, right? So this is the most common voicing of the A minor chord that you'll see. And all that is just an A, C, and an E note put together. So starting to learn kind of where some of these notes are is going to be really helpful for your playing. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to play an A minor, an A, a C, plus an E in a different way, starting on the 5th fret of the E string, which is an A. So this is our root note. Now we're going to take the C, our minor third, right here on the 8th fret, and then we're going to go to the 5th of that chord, the E, which is the 7th fret of the A string. So a minor, A minor arpeggio, right? So we've got the chord into this 3-note arpeggio chord, however you want to look at it. And then we're going to slide into the exact same shape on the octave A, the 12th fret of the A string. So there's our root note again, and there's the pinky and your ring finger. So you just repeat this shape farther away. And now there are easier ways to do this, but this is just going to be kind of like an example that gets you to start moving around the fretboard and starting to see root notes, like an A being here, an A being here, a minor third being here, a minor third being here, stuff like that, right? Now the way we're going to do all these chords is we're going to play in 3/4 timing or 6/8 timing, however you want to look at it. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I think incorporating some kind of rhythmic element into your practicing, no matter if it's scales, arpeggios, solos, whatever, is really important. Because as long as you're kind of practicing positions and shapes, you might as well practice your rhythm and your timing at the same time. So you can use a metronome, you can just try to do it by ear, use a drum track or something like that, however you want to do it. But try to get like a groove or like a rhythm into it. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, A arpeggio into the next octave. Then we're going to go to E minor, open E, 2A, 2D, everything else is open, and we're going to do the exact same thing, except we're going to do those arpeggios on an E. So we're going to start with the open E, get its minor third, which a minor third is always 3 frets away from a root note. So E, G, B, which is 2nd fret on the A string, A sharp B, E, G, B, E, G, B. Now the next place this shape is going to happen is going to be the 7th fret. On the A string is our root note, our E. Then a minor third away from there is another G, and then the 5th of that is a B right there, the 9th fret of the D string. So we've got E minor, the nice thing is you can kind of keep your pointer finger and slide from 2 to 7 to give you that, right? And now if you have this down, you can start playing around with the rhythm a little bit. You can kind of strum it a little more aggressively. So what I was doing there is I'm just going, adding those beats and cutting them in half and going down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, like 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and. So if you notice I'm going down and up with my pick. 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and. So there's really no way you could ever get too good for this exercise because there's all this other stuff that you can add to it. You can kind of do faster picking, however you want to do it, but you can kind of just keep the philosophy of taking a chord and adding notes to it. And these are both minor chords, so they have the same shape that you can move around the fretboard, right? So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do with a major chord. And why not pick good old C major, right? So 3A, 2D, open G, and 1B, right? Same pattern, 4, 5, 6. But now we're going to do a slightly different arpeggio. If this were C minor, we would just have the minor third right here and then the fifth. But the difference between major and minor is that note right there. Right? So a major third is 4 frets away. A minor third is 3 frets away, okay? You could also play a major third by going kind of diagonal 1 over down a string. But we're going to do it like that, right? So we have a root, a major third, and a fifth. 3A to 7A to 5D. Now you can reach for it. Or I think it kind of sounds cool to slide from 2 frets away. So 3, 5 to 7, 5. And then instead of repeating this, like we did the first one, we could do it back down here, down across the octave. I want to slide into a voicing of like a C major bar chord voicing down here. All right, so this is just a C shape, but over the octave bar right here. So we're going to slide into the 15th fret, the C on the A string, the next C, 15th fret of the A string, 14th fret of the D string, 12th fret of the G string. So we have a C, an E, and a G. Again, C plus E plus G equals C major, no matter how you cut it up, right? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, C, E, G, C, E, G. Okay? So again, we just go from here, slide, D, slide right into that next C to the E to the G. Now we're going to do the exact same thing, but we're going to change it, make one final chord, a G chord. G major, right? You probably know this. 3E, 2A, G, B, and D. And another G on the bottom string there, right? And we're going to repeat exactly what we did with the C chord, but one string lower, right? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, G, B, D, G, B, D. Okay? So the whole thing together, let's do just the major chords back to back, right? So we got C, 2, 3, C, 2, 3, C, E, G, C, E, G, 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 B, D, G, B, D. And then we can combine it into a 4-chord thing, like a progression, and it would sound like this. We are going to start with the A minor. 3, 1, 2, 3, A, C, E, E minor. E, G, B, E, G, B, C, C, E, G, C, E, G, 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 B, D, G, B, D, and then kind of resolve on the A minor. So there you go, just one idea. You don't even have to play them in order. It's just kind of about creating this roadmap of arpeggios, root notes, kind of how these all connect to each other. And I think finding non-efficient ways to move through these different notes is a good way to just kind of plant them in your head and kind of see these chord voicings and see these shapes repeating all over the neck. So there you have it.